The University of Georgia's Luca Urlando has broken the oldest men's NCAA record in a championship event during a dual meet against Tennessee. The NCAA record in the men's 200 butterfly was set by Jack Conger in 2017 with a 137.35. Since then, some swimmers have approached it with 137.9s, but now Urlando has lowered it to a 137.17. Before I go any further with this swim, I'll clarify one thing. Yes, technically the 200 butterfly isn't the oldest men's NCAA record. Clark Smith's 1,000 free record of 8:33.93 from 2015 is the actual oldest record. However, outside of Division II, the 1,000 freestyle is hardly ever contested at championship level meets. This is because the 1,000 is not a part of the NCAA championship lineup, and this means that far few swimmers have the chance to take a swing at the record. Bobby Fink actually nearly broke this record going out in his record-setting 1650, flipping at the 1,000 in an 8:34.63. So, Luca Urlando broke the oldest men's NCAA record in an event that is contested at the NCAA championships. Either way, it's the youngest now. This 200 fly is actually Urlando's second NCAA record. In 2022, he broke Ryan Murphy's 100 backstroke record leading off the 400 medley relay with a 43.35. That swim is still the fastest ever. That swim from Urlando in 2022 was a massive surprise, and the same can be said about this record as well. I thought he had a really good chance at chasing it, but not in a January dual meet. If I had a nickel for every time Luca Urlando caught me completely off guard with an NCAA record, I'd have 2 nickels. Looking at the splits between Urlando and Conger on their record-setting swims, we can see that the biggest difference came on the opening and closing splits. Conger was out very fast, a 21.65 on the first 50, well ahead of Urlando in a 22.03. Through the middle 100, these two are incredibly similar. Urlando is a 24.15 and a 24.93, while Conger is a 24.13 and a 25.09. On the final 50, Urlando makes his move, splitting a massive 26.06 to Conger's 26.48, going by at the last second for a new NCAA record. A lot of swim fans, including myself, were expecting this record to be threatened this week. However, we were all watching the wrong meet for that. Ilya Karun has been on fire this NCAA season, and through the early stages of the season, him and Urlando were trading the top times in the 100 and 200 butterfly back and forth for some pretty fun competition across different meets. Up until now, Karun's time of 138.74 sat atop the NCAA rankings in this event, with Urlando just behind in a 139.03. Hours before this swim, Karun finished swimming at the Eddie Reese Showdown, a fast meet with Texas, Arizona State, NC State, and Virginia. Many had their eyes on Karun's 200 butterfly for this meet. His lifetime best of 137.93 actually comes from around the same time of the year, last year in a dual meet against Stanford, where he scared Conger's mark. If he was so fast at this time last year, could he go even faster on an even bigger stage? Despite some incredible performances from Ilya Karun throughout the entire meet, my personal favorite was a 42.8 100 butterfly split on the 400 medley relay. He was only a 139.18 in the 200 butterfly. But of course, little did we know that our wishes for a new record in this event were about to be realized not that long after. Urlando had some impressive showings in his other events as well. In the 100 butterfly, he ripped a 43.62. That is a new personal best as well as the 7th fastest swim in history. He also won the 200 IM in a 141.86. That is just off of his season best of 141.83, which currently sits as the 9th fastest time this year. Despite now being a double NCAA record holder, Luca Urlando will still be looking to capture his very first NCAA title at the end of the year. During his first 2 seasons in 2021 and 2022, Urlando had some solid placements at the NCAA championships. In 2022, he was a double runner-up in both butterflies as well as 3rd in the 200 IM. He looked to be on track for an NCAA title. However, he would then be sidelined by some pretty serious shoulder injuries, most notably dislocating it at a World Cup meet in November of 2022. This resulted in him getting surgery. Urlando has been back in top form since returning to competition. This past summer, he qualified for his first Olympic team in the 200 fly, and now in his first NCAA season back after his record-setting 2022, he's obviously looking incredible. The men's 200 fly will likely come down to Luca Urlando versus Ilya Karun at the end of the season, and right now I think it's fair to say that Urlando has the slight edge. With the way these these two have been throwing down all season, I think this race is going to be one of the premier battles at the NCAA championships. What did you think of Luca Urlando's NCAA record in the 200 fly? Did it catch you completely by surprise like it did for me, or did you see it coming from a mile away? Let me know down below.